goal of this is to have fun pretty fast. Let me tell you a little about my life today. So today is my daughter's 10th birthday. And Amanda, my operations director, has said the best thing. She said, hey, 10 years of parenting, you should be proud of that. So yes, it should be. I should be proud of myself and Mary. So if you have a 10-year-old, she is great. So I have plenty of time for you guys, but if I jump earlier, they'll sit with you. Our goal is to practice what you are going to say in front of the audience next week. We will record it for fun. If you hate it, we will delete your section. You won't hate it, but it's all fun. Since Facebook has changed their settings, it's just getting recorded and we're going to play it as a live later. So no one has to think they're on the Nacho Facebook group. One of the best bonus guac toppings of Super Dentist Boost Camp is to be showcased in front of the audience, but I'm not sure if you've sponsored other events before. What percentage of dentists want to hear from sponsors on stage at an event? What's lower than 0%? Okay. But without the event, they'd have to pay a lot more. And they're the cheapest dentists on earth. So they're going to hear from the sponsors. So we are so loud, whether it's your first time meeting me or you've been a sponsor for a long time, you know how loud and proud we are about how sponsors make all this happen. So be grateful for what they do. All this being said, this is the show about clinical case acceptance, leadership, but we figure out how to bake in an awesome sponsor showcase. And this is how it works. On Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, could be 2 segments, I say, hey, this could not happen without our sponsors, and I want them to share their awesomeness with you. I'm going to have them come up, and they are going to share their awesomeness with you. And it's fun. It doesn't matter if you've never spoke. It doesn't matter if you say, none of that matters at all. You have to be your authentic you. But since this is not my first rodeo, I've never really done any real rodeos, but I've done this many times. Most of the time, and by most of the time, I mean almost all of the time, well-intentioned sponsors turn the audience off, make them bored, and at times have irritated me, okay, for no reason. In their well-intentioned mind, they say things that they think will make the dentist like them more, and it makes them like them less, much, much less. I'm actually sometimes surprised that when these sponsors pay $50,000 to be on stage at an event, that they don't hire anyone to say, what should we say on stage, okay? So I did a video today because Kate Worth is my director of sales at Dentist Job Connect and Brandon's for Dental Nachos Transition, and they are, Job Connect is a sponsor. So How to Speak by Patrick Winston. If you want to get your kids to listen to you, if you want to get your clients to listen to you, if you want to get your team to listen to you, listen to How to Speak by Patrick Winston. It's amazing, has 17 million YouTube views. And he talks about tell people what your idea is not, and then tell people what it is. Build a fence around your idea. So I put together a short video that will share exactly what I know will be powerful on stage for you, whether you've never spoken on stage before or you love speaking on stage. One time, Brandon went up and sung at Super Dentist Boost Camp instead of his pre-scripted thing, which was pretty cool. I bet you people will always remember this. See, I remembered it. So can someone share that 4-minute clip? And we're just going to watch it. And I'm going to say, you're all going to watch just 4 minutes. I'm going to get water and say, what did you think of this? How do you think this would help you? Do you understand my vision? That's always popular, Ted, to talk about your vision. So this is my vision. It's right here. It's my vision. So let's watch it together. I am so excited for you to be an amazing sponsor at Super Dentist Boost Camp, and I so appreciate you supporting making my dreams come true. Not the dream of playing professional basketball in the NBA. That failed quite miserably. But my dream of bringing dentists together to help them learn, laugh, and feel less alone. To help them increase their success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times they feel like crying inside a day. This is a representative for what it feels like to be a dentist and cry inside, Mr. Grumbly. So at Super Dentist Boost Camp, there's going to be an opportunity for you to showcase your awesomeness in front of the group. And as someone who has been to many dental events and had the opportunity to be a speaker and a meeting planner, this is what I do not want from the sponsors on stage, because How to Speak by Patrick Winston, an amazing piece of speaking content. Highly recommend you check it out. It has a few YouTube views, 17 million YouTube views. It says you should always share with people what your idea is not first, what it is not. So this is what I don't want at Super Dentist Boost Camp in the most fun and caring way, because I've been at so many events where people do things like this, and it does not create engagement with the audience. And in fact, It can make those dentists who have a tough time paying attention. It's not easy. We're usually running around our offices, go right to their phone and not pay attention. So this is what I don't want. I'm going to do it in the form of Kate Worth, my awesome director of sales at Dentist Job Connect. So I'm going to be Kate Worth. For the next 60 seconds, think I am Kate Worth. Dr. Nacho hands me the microphone. I say, hi, my name is Kate Worth. I am the Director of Sales at Dentist Job Connect. We have 2,200 dentists looking for jobs. We have 300 offices on our platform. We are the #1 job finding platform, even though no one has done any of these rankings. We are the best of the best of the best of the best. Again, even though no one has done any of these rankings. Let me tell you about all these boring details that no one cares about. And if you want to talk to me, see me at my booth to learn more about these boring details. Don't do that. If nobody wants to know the details of how your thing works, they want to know the transformative story in a fast and fun way. So this is what Kate Worth is going to do in her own way, her own spin on it. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be Kate Worth, but this is a great example of what my idea is for you in front of the group at Super Dentist Boost and with the live stream viewers at home. Dr. Nacho gives Kate Worth the microphone and she says, sitting in this audience is Dr. Mitchell Rubenstein. Mitchell Rubenstein's wife had a problem. She wanted to spend more time with her husband. She wanted him to do more of the things he loved to do, like teach and write. But Dr. Mitchell Rubenstein was one of those dentists who was super busy as a solo general practitioner. So she came to us and begged us to help him hire an associate dentist. And we did just that. He's been working with his new associate dentist and able to take more vacations, unlock more freedom, unlock more free time with his family, and unlock fewer hygiene checks. My name is Kate Worth. I'm the Director of Sales at Dentist Job Connect, and I love help bonding dentists together. If you're looking to unlock more freedom in your dental practice life, or looking to find an amazing associate job, I will be here for the entire event. Please come out and visit me out there. I would love to meet you. So that's what I want from Kate, and I want it in her way. And it doesn't have to be fast, and it doesn't have to be scripted. I do recommend, and I've done this myself, that maybe you have a folder and you have the words printed out for talking points. Transformative story, how you've helped relieve stress or increase success or reduce crying inside, who you are, and a friendly way to come connect with you if they'd like to learn more about relieving that pain. So it's going to be fun. We're going to do this on stage. Everyone's going to do awesome. We're here to coach you through it. And hopefully this explainer video will get you in the right mindset to come to Philadelphia for food, fun, and friends, to help dentists learn, laugh, and feel less alone. So grateful for your awesomeness. Okay, stop share. Lindsay will get that to all of you so you can have it. Watch it with your family instead of Netflix, whatever you want, okay? We're going to get on a YouTube link, Lindsay, the clear version of that, so we can give it to all the sponsors, because not everybody's as cool as you, because they're not here, okay? People had better things to do, Will. I don't know who, but you're here. I appreciate it. So is that type of this, since you can all unmute, you guys are all professional. Everyone's muted all the time, okay? We're all here. So, Will, how did that video help you with my vision for what I would like on stage?
Yeah, I think one of the important things to always remember when you're talking about what you do and who you are is not to, like you said, sort of sell and just describe what you're doing. You can do that at the booth. You can do that when you're talking one-on-one with people, but rather who you are. And as you said, your authentic self. So
transformative story.
My journey, my journey into dentistry was kind of a weird one. So I will share that when I'm up on stage, and that'll be a good segue into what I do, and easy and my authentic self.
I'll also share, I've done this many, many times, and Dr. Desiree Yazdin will be here, and she's amazing, and she has a few Instagram followers. She has 250,000 Instagram followers, and she's a mom with a cosmetic practice in LA, and she came in 2019, and I said, Desiree, you're going to get 60 minutes. I need you to speak for 60 minutes to get C. She said, no problem, Paul. I have so much content. I don't think I can fit it in 60 minutes. So she was 6 months pregnant. Maybe that was part of it, and she was standing on stage speaking about Instagram, and 31 minutes in, I heard her say, and that's all, folks. So I had to leap up from my chair and ask her questions for 22 minutes to stretch out the time. On the other side of that, people go, I will never go overtime. I barely have anything to say, Ted. I will be way, way short. And I need to get a vaudevillian hook out to remove them from the stage. Because when you are speaking, even me, who does it a lot, it's nearly impossible to truly keep track of time. Okay. So we're looking for something that feels like 2 to 3 minutes a person, a fun share. So whether you want to practice, I promise you, this is the best thing you can do up there. It is the best thing. For me to shoehorn this in the middle of content, I have to be cautious about not turning the audience off. So whether you practice it or write it down, that story for Kate was probably like 60 seconds. Vendela, how about you?
You know what? Jason is actually going to be the one doing the speaking session, so I'm taking notes for him here. But I definitely want to include a customer story. I'm hoping to maybe find someone who is a customer in the audience and talk about their experience and their story, because I feel like that helps relate it a lot, right? If you can say,
Yeah.
here's someone who's actually used us, here's how, they found the value and how they implemented an Edge employee, or for any of us, all of our different offers. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Ted, how about you? I know this is right up the SMC alley, but how about you?
Yeah, having been to feels like a million trade shows in a million different verticals, I appreciate the fact that you understand the vendors help, like you said, pay for a lot of it. And at the same time, like a lot of times we're viewed as the villain of the show. So it's nice to have some, direction and some guidance. And I am assured by this that you're going to encourage their buy-in, which is super helpful too.
Yeah. And it's the start with a story, say how you relieve pain, tell people who's out there. Ashley's seeing this for the second time, but I fancied it up a little bit after ours. Does that resonate with you, Ashley?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm stealing your idea from earlier about the magic button. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna weave.
I can help
I'm
you
gonna
with
weave
this.
in. I'm letting you. I'm all
Yeah.
in. I'm letting you help me.
I also
I'm
want to
weaving
share.
in that magician.
Ashley doesn't get to not do this. She said she was a news anchor, so she probably. I'm not looking for anyone to have a stressful experience. So I'm saying this for maybe the people who are going to watch the HYPE-A-THON who weren't here. Anyone who's not here has to buy me nachos throughout the event. So that is your penalty for not being here. All of you get this. I hope that's it. Now, if anyone truly does not want to do it, I will do a story for them. Hopefully that's not you guys, but there's no judgment if it is. If you just say, hey, I don't want to do the onstage piece, I will do something for you on stage. That's just me saying this. Nina, how about you?
Well, I like the customer story. I have a million of those.
Yeah.
When you're doing the video, my thing is I wrote down a million in trouble to 90 to 90% or more in 6 months is what we did. So they were a million in trouble when they called us. So that's like a story. Oh my gosh, that's a scary story for any practice owner.
I love that million trouble. You made me think of this. So I'm very lucky to be here, and many people have met her on my team. So I'm not. Aldana Ambler is my coach. There would be none of this without her. Zero of this. I would have given up on all of this without her. She gave me the exact playbook for this back in 2018, and she's coached 4 U.S. presidents, and one was Clinton. And they asked her to go into the Oval Office, and she said I was very nervous because I'm sure people are. And she said I wrote my first seven sentences down. I wrote them down in big font and I had them with me. So that first line, this is one I've done many times. If I got on stage and said it was 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning and 70 New Jersey State police officers were staring at me, raise your hand if you want to hear the next sentence. And the next sentence is, and they all needed dental exams, because the New Jersey State Police has an amazing system where they do a practice boot camp before people go to regular boot camp. They run everybody through eye checks, teeth checks, knee checks, and then they send to a weekend to boot camp, because what they found was they were qualifying recruits and they would drop out after boot camp. So instead of qualifying them and losing recruits, they did this magical system where they gave them a test boot camp before they went to real boot camp. And dentist, you should do something like that in your office with associate dentists, not working interviews, but something that feels like they are getting the experience in your office before they sign up to go there. That's about 14 sentences. Again, I lose my AirPods when they're in my ears. I can't cook. I don't know directions. I need people to turn on my computer. These are all things that happen today. Okay. You don't have to be me, but if I needed to go make pasta, I would ask my wife, how do you make pasta? I wouldn't think, I'll just think it up my own. So yours, Nina, they were this practice owner was $1 million in trouble is gold. Dr. Mitchell Rubinstein's wife begged for our help. You want to know what they say next. And it doesn't have to be like me. It just should be like sentences that keep people paying attention. Ted, we did. Kate already knew. Will. Okay, so we can do anything now. One, we could record and practice your story. You could just talk it out. This is your time for our HYPE-A-THON. You can take it back to Jason Vendel and say, he's going to send you, you could send me a video of what you do. You could say, hey, I got it. We're going to do it on stage. We're here for you guys.
I think we all can record if that's what everybody wants to do, record a little snippet.
Yeah, I would like to do it. And even if let's do that, Nacho team drop back. But Lindsay, with this one, how could I, and then we'll come back and talk. I'm going to have Kate go first. She's going to say, wait, I'm going to say, this is just role playing, right? And I'm going to say, hey, Kate, please share. This is what I'm going to do. Something like this. Super Dentist Boost would not be possible without our amazing sponsors. We're so grateful that they're here, and you're grateful because you'd have to pay more if they weren't here, and you're the cheapest people on earth. Please write that down, okay? I'll say it in a nicer way. So these sponsors have made this all possible for you. And not only have they made this all possible for you, they also have so many helpful things to help you increase success, decrease stress, and reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. I'm going to share the awesomeness with our sponsors now.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to say, hey, Kate, please share your awesomeness with our audience.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I want to bring up, in this room is the amazing practice owner, Dr. Mitchell Rubinstein. At this event a year ago, his wife was here and she had a problem. The problem was she wanted more time with her husband, and she wanted her husband to have more time doing the things that he loved outside of the office. She wanted us to help her find him an associate. We did just that. The Rubinsteins are proudly spending more time and enjoying time with family and friends. And he's also really enjoying the companionship that happens when you do bring an associate into the practice. My name is Kate. I am the sales director for Dentist Job Connect. We love bonding dentists together. And I'm going to be here all week. And I would love for you to come by, learn more about what you do to help dentists, or if you're looking to hire an associate, and look for the girls in the pink jacket. I'll be
Love that. Perfect, Kate. And I want to share, I am not a newscaster like you, Ashley. That was great, Kate. So we give you, I'm not a newscaster like Ashley was, but I also want to share when I immediately snap into like Dr. Nacho mode, like there's value to that. And then there's so much value to what you did, Kate, right? Authenticity. You're trying to have a conversation. Nobody expects you to be up there speaking all the time, right? So awesome job, Kate. Let's see what, like Kate, I don't want to put anyone on the spot. So like Kate got some prep from me.
Mm-hmm.
If she goes at 4:30, you can go for your family, Kate. We might do something where we record just the two of us, but let's all just do one practice session. You know what I'm saying, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Like hear each other. All right, Will, you go next. So I'm going to say, thanks, Kate, so much for sharing that. If you're looking to unlock more freedom in your schedule, see Dentist Job Connect. I'm ready to introduce our next sponsor. Will, please share your awesomeness with our audience.
Thanks for having me, Doc. Yeah, when I left Tennessee in 2012, I wanted to pursue working in television and film. And little did I know that I was going to end up being a national speaker on compliance in dentistry. I ended up actually working for a small company. I was loaned out by NBC to work on a small company in 2014 that wanted to film a video on how to properly disinfect dental operatories. And I said, I have no idea what any of those words mean, but I'm willing to check it out and give it a try. And ultimately ended up working for the company that was producing the videos. And 10 years later, I decided I want to take this to the next step. Everything in the world is being automated. It's becoming easier. It's becoming digital. And compliance is not something anybody wants to do. People don't enjoy it typically. And it also is often sitting and listening to lectures that are relatively boring. So I said, why not take my knowledge and tech experience and put something together, film some great trainings, some great videos, and put it on a platform that makes compliance easier for the dentists. And so far, in my few months that I've been doing this and starting up, it's just been an absolute whirlwind. It's been very well received, and yeah, it's been very exciting.
Awesome. I love that, Will. The thing when we go, the thing I want to add is try to put in some sort of stressful story that you help, because you get them all the
Okay.
time. You help someone from Nachos. You said, so I would just end with, in the Dental Nachos Facebook group, which I love being in, a practice owner reached out to me very concerned that there was a HIPAA breach in their office. And I was able to talk them through that, calm them down. That's the type of things I do for you. So not only will I train you, I will be there to help you with your sanity. Please reach out to me while I'm here. I'm Will Gilmore. Say at the end your full name and what you do. I'm Kate Worth, Director of Sales at Dentist Job Connect. I can't wait to connect with you at this meeting. I'm Will Gilmore,
Awesome.
Head of this. It will just be very valuable for the live stream and for clarity. So you did an awesome job, Kate, Will, but if I didn't know you, I might just leave with a little confusion about what you do.
Okay.
So I would put OSHA and HIPAA in there, because compliance is your world, like Measles our world, and it's compliance like OSHA and HIPAA, and just end with the stress. Perfect.
Got it.
Nina, I'm going to say,
I'm crafting my story right now.
And this is just as we might record something to use. We might just use this as a workout session. But I'm going to say,
so I don't have the whole thing, but at least like a minute or two, right?
Yeah, I love that's short of this. I'm going to say, thanks, Will, for sharing with us. OSHA and HIPAA are so important to pay attention to. I'm ready for our next awesome sponsor. Nina, please share your awesomeness with our audience.
Hi, I'm Nina Bond. I'm the founder of Dynamic Dental Solutions. We are a dental billing company. We partner with practices to help them with their dental insurance and patient billing needs. I have a story about a dentist that called me, and she told me she's $1 million in trouble. They didn't know what to do. They had no idea what the problems were. She took out a loan, and she was really worried about her practice and her employees. So I told her, no problem, we can handle it. And in 6 months, we had 90% recovery. Yep. We're on a maintained track. She's earning more. She was able to repay her loan. So if that, hopefully you're not in such a dire need, but if you need help understanding billing processes and revenue recovery, you can meet our dream team over at our booth, Christina and Meredith, and we'll be happy to discuss what we do.
That's awesome. If I was tweaking you, I would just say when I say is, hi, thanks for being here. And literally my first sentence would be, imagine being $1 million in trouble. Imagine missing $1 million.
I like that. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine
I'm Nina Bond. And one of the dentists that I work with didn't have to imagine that. It was her real life.
Right.
And then tell the story. But great job. Ted, how about you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. I'll still lead you. I'll alley-oop to you with the basketball here. My basketball analogy. Where's my basketball? Here it is. So then I'm going to say, so this is a little bit what it feels like, because we're all going to be standing up there, right? But we're on Zoom. So I'm going to say, so important to pay attention to insurance and billing. And one of the things my practice did was outsource insurance 4 years ago. And I wish we did that sooner. Our next sponsor is going to share their awesomeness with you. Ted, share your awesomeness with our audience.
Absolutely. So I would say the first thing that happens on every phone call I take in the dental space is the first 10 minutes, I'm basically a therapist. And by that, I mean, I'm listening to all the terrible things that happened to them from other marketing companies. Everything that went wrong, every dollar that was stolen from them, every lead that was fake. This is pretty much how every call starts. I am also the guy that's going to be standing in the back that you don't make eye contact with. That's typically what happens to people in the marketing booth. But what we specialize in doing and have helped tons of people, like Eversmile Dental, for example, came on board recently and was struggling to hit new patients and just couldn't kind of crack that ceiling. And it felt like they had been cheated or lied to and dealt with all the normal sort of marketing problems. They came to us and we were able to provide a different type of solution, because the trick is we're not really a marketing company. We're a growth partner. We do things very differently. And part of that is working with your office to achieve your goals, not our goals. So if that's something you're of interest and want to talk further, I'm the guy in the back and we can make eye contact.
I love that. That's great. So things like are perfect. There's no test on this, is it? Awesome. Ashley? Perfect. I'll lead you up. Say, okay.
Me up to knock this out of the park, just because I went to school for broadcasting. Let's just pause there. I was not like world-renowned anchor, okay? You set me
Kate,
up.
also, if you have to go for your part 30, you can bounce. This is perfect. I mean, you
Okay,
did great.
thank you.
So what Ted shared is so key. Marketing brings us the patients that help dentists smile more. So don't ignore marketing. Find out more about how it can help you. Our next sponsor is going to share their awesomeness with you. Ashley, share your awesomeness with our audience.
So I know Paul keeps calling everyone in this room cheap, but let's not forget that Paul is also a dentist. And since he could not afford David Copperfield, he went and found the next best magician that he knows, and that's me. You see, when Dr. Nacho's having an awful day, his schedule's falling apart, and he's crying in the coat closet, he taps Kate, his rock star office manager, on the shoulder, and he asks Kate to tap the magic button in Dental Intelligence. If you're curious about what the magic button is, and you're wanting to learn how to also strategically fill your schedule, learn your numbers at your practice, and ultimately grow the practice, I'm Ashley Best. I'm the Director of Partnerships at Dental Intelligence. I'll be here all weekend. I'd love to give you the secret sauce that Kate and Dr. Nacho use weekly.
Perfect. All of you are doing great. And what we can just always role model from each other. The thing there is, if I am not your client, it doesn't matter. Pick someone like me and use their name. So I will share or fake their name. If your $1 million loss doesn't want you to say it's Kim Smith at 222 Conshohocken Lane, you can say Dr. K. Evershine Dental, I bring them closer to the front of the story. You can say Dr. K reached out on Dental Nachos and they were scared of a HIPAA breach. I'm just saying, even though it was my story, you're just interested in the name. So I get names up. Imagine being $1 million in debt. Dr. K didn't have to imagine that. Imagine that your team violated HIPAA and you're not sure what's going to happen next. That happened to Dr. T, and she reached out to me through my Dental Nachos group, right? That's just to augment, enhance. All of you have done great. Vendela, do you want to be Jason or for us?
Sure. I was actually going to ask you, I mean, you know Edge very well. Is there anything you would suggest us hitting on? What would you suggest we highlight?
So I would say, hey, our next, you say, there's nothing dentists dislike more than an empty schedule, and find out how you can keep your schedule full, because if the schedule is not full, really nothing else matters. You can't help people. You can't do patient-centered production. So I strive to say 1 or 2 sentences as like a gap, as a filler. And then I say, our next sponsor, Vendela, is going to share her awesomeness with you. Vendela, share your awesome with the audience. If I was you or Jason, I would say yours is, questions are not terrible either, especially when you know the answers. Like, how many of you have front desk team members who have way too much to do? How many of you have front desk team members that are frustrated by the end of the day that they didn't get to their to-do list because one of the patients kept them on the phone for 72 minutes about dental insurance? Many offices are like that, and Dr. Nacho's office was like that too. At Edge Health, we remove the pain that your front desk feels and takes jobs that are not in front of the patients and puts them somewhere else where they still get done. That somewhere else is with our amazing Edge Health remote team members. There are many dentists in the Dental Nachos world that utilize our amazing Edge Health team members to help their front desk team members cry less inside with answering the phone, processing insurance, following up on patients. So that's the theme. I'm Vendela, I'm Jason. I'm going to be here all weekend. If you would like to remove stress for your front desk team, please see us. And what I'll share is, and I'm enjoying this call very much with you guys. I know somebody at Edge might say, but we do 72 other things. One thing, like Will said, they'll find out about the 62 other things at your booth, right? Just try to find that thing. Oh yeah, I like my schedule full. Oh yeah, I felt ripped off by marketing. Love that, right? Oh yeah, something happened in my office and it's like, is HIPAA going to put me in like that Fred Armisen thing? Am I going to go to jail? $1 million loss, that's good enough already, right? That's the whole thing. Imagine being in $1 million in trouble. Dr. K did not have to imagine that was her life. She had to take out a loan to pay for it. And she reached out to me and said, what am I going to do? And we helped her get 90% of that back, right? So you guys are all stars. This is great. Hopefully the sponsors that are watching this, I know you got things to do. I love you guys too, but this is what we're going to do on stage. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fast. People are going to reach out to you.